probably have this headache for 3 days. That's how this... Fuck, sorry. Probably how this shit fucking... That's how this shit fucking goes.
I'm a tumor. It's not the tumor. No.
Not the tumor, no. Come on. What are we doing? Get to the job. Like a good neighbor. State Farm is here.
Has he done State Farm commercials?
The Super Bowl.
Oh, he did? He did a State Farm commercial for the
He had like 5 of them.
Oh my god.
And he's like, it's a movie.
Like, I'm done being the politician.
No, it's a movie and he's like saving people from a burning house. And he comes out and he's like a good neighbor. State Farm is here. And the director's like, cut. You're saying neighbor instead of neighbor.
Yeah.
You need to say neighbor. And he's like a good neighbor. And he's like, no, neighbor. And I'm like, no, like a good neighbor. And he's like,
so it's
this is not working.
It's Arnold directing himself?
No, it's another director.
Oh, okay.
But I'm doing the whole thing in Arnold's voice because it's fun to do.
Yeah.
You don't always get so many opportunities to do it. But he says like a good neighbor. And it doesn't work even though it's an action movie and they want Arnold in it. He can't say like a good neighbor. He says like a good neighbor.
Well, how about the director work with the actor and say that?
He does. He says, can you try saying it like neighbor? And he's like, yeah, I'm saying it, neighbor. And he's like, it's not neighbor. It's neighbor.
And then that's the commercial?
But it's like in 5 parts.
Oh my god, 5-part series.
And then like eventually I think like Ryan Reynolds comes in and does it or something.
On Arnold?
I can't remember how it ends, but because I was so upset that the Chiefs were winning the Super Bowl that I fucking miss it.
Well, the Chiefs weren't winning the Super Bowl. They were losing for all of it except for the overtime.
I know, but the final part was like right before they were about to win.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like so mad. And I'm drinking sake. And I'm like, I can't take this anymore.
Drinking sake?
I'm going to upset my neighbors because I'm going to be screaming so much because Patrick Mahomes and the shitty team and the Taylor Swift are winning. What the fuck?
Look, man, it's a part of the script.
I want to throw them into the chopper.
It's a part of the script, man.
Yep. The stage looks empty.
I was hoping to get a chance to talk with Prosecutor Gavin.
Oh well. Nothing to do but go to the crime scene, I guess.
I guess. Look, a ladder. I guess they need one to work on the lights and such.
Why don't they use a step ladder? I prefer step ladders, really. Is that so wrong?
Not wrong, just... Oh. Why do you prefer step ladders?
They're so much more flexible than plain old ladders.
I prefer my ladders rigid and stable, thank you. Guitar case. Now that's a big instrument case!
That's a case for a contrabass, I think.
You fit 20 violins in there, I bet.
It may look like a violin, but it's a completely different instrument.
You could fit 5 juices in there, I bet.
Hey! Are you comparing me to an instrument?
Oh my god, the hormones are kicking in.
I wonder who left it sitting open like that.
A computer. Look at all these electronic devices! I'm guessing they have something to do with sound.
My guess... Wait, why guess when we can fiddle? Let's see here.
Don't touch that!
A healthy curiosity is the key to a good investigation. When in doubt, fiddle. That's what Daddy always says.
They should require parental testing, clearly. A piano?
Wow, that piano looks much bigger close up. Machi played so beautifully.
Fucking Maki, you dumbass!
Maki played so beautifully.
Yeah, like a real penis.
It's just silly, Apollo. How could you call someone as good as Maki a penis? Why, that's like throwing him in the same class as Daddy.
Good thing Mr. Wright didn't hear that one. Get out of here. And then we go to Lorio's dressing room. Oh, it's you. I figured you'd come. You have to let us investigate the scene, please! Your attorneys now. Shouldn't you wait until you have a client? The chief did tell me to ask the witness, the siren. With his dying breath, no less. Doesn't that count? Glare at me all you want. You'll get those stacks from me!
Please! Think of poor Lamiwa.
Oh, well, I suppose. You did find the body with me. Great! Let's get to it!
Right.
Just try not to touch anything. She's not gonna look like she's not munching the snacks. It's bodes well. There are clues here, I can feel it. Leave no hanger unhung, no spot unspotted. Fuck! There. You always carry that around, do you? Just like Mr. Right. Huh? Good to never let yourself forget who you are. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. Come to think of it, why do I carry this around? Well, I suppose that's one compliment. That's one compliment it got me. Mr. Lemaine Latouche, wasn't it? He was Lamirio's manager and interpreter, apparently. This was his first time in the country.
So I'm guessing he didn't know many people here.
It doesn't seem likely. Nor can I think of anyone with a motive to murder him. Except for one person, of course.
One person? Who?
Lamior. No one here might have a motive, but she's from...
What are you talking about?
Hey, what's Emma's idea? Also nothing. Always with the snacks.
He's a big man. Or was. I don't think even I would win in a fight with him.
Which is why whoever it was used a revolver, I'm guessing. We sent a request to the Bulgarian embassy for more info on him. Well, you and I know more about the crime than anyone.
You do?
It's true, it was us who found the body.
What? I guess that's what I miss for watching the concert.
Hey, I wish I was watching the concert! Anything would be better than this. Well, we know the crime took place during the concert. And when we heard the shot and into the room, the killer was already gone.
What? But that doesn't make sense. You came in when you heard the shot and no one was here? How did they leave the room?
That window is a little too small, isn't it? The mystery of the disappearing killer. Let's look around.
Maybe it's the ceiling.
The ceiling?
That has a convenient grate with a ladder right underneath.
Another ladder.
Actually, it's technically a step ladder.
Well, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Please forgive my lack of ladder discrimination. I'm less worried about the step ladder, I'm more worried about why it's there. Why is the ladder there? Well, to climb, right? To reach something on the ceiling?
I still say it's a step ladder. What's wrong, Apollo? Your mouth is catching flies.
Nothing. It's nothing. Maybe that's how the killer escaped. That's what you were thinking, right? When we arrived on the scene, the killer had already fled. He or she must have had a way out. And that air vent is one possibility.
But it's much too small.
Not if the killer were about your size, Juicy.
I didn't do it!
I
was cutting up the dance floor at the time, thank you.
I know, of course you did. I don't think you did it.
It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo.
Hey, what have I done? What's this poster?
Let's see. This summer, a Legal Eagles production of Case Closed. Looks like a poster for a different show.
One I wouldn't mind seeing real soon. Fruits.
Ooh, Apollo, can I eat some of those, please?
Absolutely not.
I know. But still, I yearn.
Look, you're not the only one eyeing that food here.
Well then, what are we waiting for? Let's eat!
Right. Whoa, stop it! You're too crazy? Emma, you of all people should know better. But she tempted me. She's a temptress. Please grow up.
Oh, what a pretty brooch. Oh, Emma?
You're not going to say, "Can I have it, please," are you?
Oh.
Look, you may be a cute little girl at 15, but that doesn't get you any special treatment with me.
Oh.
Not healthy to envy the young, Emma. It's not about envy, it's about tampering with evidence. Note to self, Emma lacks a sense of humor. Use caution. You need to learn to respect your elders a little. Something seems so familiar about that brooch. Brooch! Found at the crime scene! It seems strangely familiar.
Are these bullet holes?
Looks like it. There are 2 here in the wall. From the look of it, the victim was shot once in the shoulder. The first shot must have missed.
But there are 2 holes. Wouldn't that mean 2 misses?
The murder weapon is a .45 caliber revolver. It's very powerful. I believe that's what was seen here is the mark left by the second bullet after it passed through his shoulder.
Ouch. Sounds painful.
No kidding. I wonder about this murder weapon. That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder. As for monitoring the stage from this room.
Monitoring?
It pipes in a real-time feed from the stage microphones. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up. Yeah, so I seem to recall it being very loud and vaguely musical. It made it hard to hear Mr. Latuse's last words. And then we go to... I forgot how to transition. There we go. Get the gun! This is the murder weapon, isn't it? This revolver? That's right, a big .45 caliber revolver.
Wow. I wonder who brought this in here. I thought only police were allowed to have one of those.
Why are you giving me that look? I didn't do it! I didn't. Listen, I was out in the hall eating snackers when it happened. I know! No one here thinks you did it, Emma! I'll tell with you sometimes, Apollo. What have I done?
Wait, if the killer brought a revolver, it must mean they had planned this from the start. That's right?
Revolver, the murder weapon, a deadly high-caliber revolver. Actually, if I look at the revolver... Okay, look at the chamber. The middle of the weapon is a revolving chamber. That's where you load the bullet. A revolver. A revolver, see?
Revolver. That sounds a bit like Wonder Bar. Especially if you say it really fast. Revolver.
I guess.
Revolver. You know what I always used to think? I used to think the closest sound to Wonder Bar was one liver. There's just so many words in the world, Apollo. Isn't it amazing?
So many different woods. So many different people. People like Trucy. Fuck! Wanna look at the brooch? Which I don't believe is anything new. A sort of pin fastened for attaching things to clothes. Not a safety pin type, though.
So if it's not a safety pin, is it a danger pin?
I suppose if you're stuck it in your eye, then yeah, sure. But you could do that with a safety pin too, for that matter.
Thanks for taking the fun out of my danger pin.
Oh, you're driving a danger pin through my heart here. Look at the body!
It's a body, isn't it?
Sure is. The victim, no less. Let's take a closer look.
Go ahead, Apollo. You first.
Me? No, you should go first. Yeah, Juicy, really. Will you two stop bickering and get over here? She's munching on snackers again. Hope she's not too annoyed. It's the beard fake. No.
Is that blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about, red stuff than I do, yep?
Says who? Nothing is strange about this blood, though. Is that what it looks like? Is that what blood looks like? I don't believe... Oh yeah, there's probably something in his fist.
Apollo, look at his hand.
He's holding something. Hey, no touching! You can throw all the snacks at me as you like, Emma, but sooner or later, you're going to run out of them! You raise a good point. I'm a bit intrigued by this scene. Let's take a look.
See there? He's holding something. What's this?
A keyring.
I think it might belong to the killer.
Certainly a possibility. What an unusual key ring. What unusual keys. This could be a vital clue. Key ring! Mr. Latou's died clutching this. Note the heart-shaped ring. And then the window.
Look, there's a little window over there. Maybe the killer escaped through that.
It's barely big enough for me to get my head through. I'll imagine only able to crack.
What? I was just saying it's possible.
Right, no harm in that. So I'm pretty sure that it's impossible. You could pick it into them, you know. Pop it up. Yeah. Does she have? No, she doesn't. Present. The revolver! Yeah, present the revolver. So this is the murder weapon? This revolver is incredibly heavy! It's been fired twice. You can still smell the gunpowder. That's odd. What's odd? Oh, nothing.
Hey, no fair! Tell us!
It's just... something about this revolver seems strange. Strange? What do you think about this revolver? Well, it's pretty big and heavy. That's right, it's a 45 caliber. That makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big. Really? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You don't need so much power to kill at such close range. It's overkill.
I'm not sure I see the problem. I mean, whenever I go out to eat curry, I order it extra spicy just to be sure it's spicy. Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2 bites.
And that's not a problem? There's another thing about a gun this big. It puts a lot of strain on the shooter. Strain? Yeah, say, if you were to fire this revolver, the recoil would probably dislocate your shoulder.
Ouch. It's like the shooter's a victim, too.
Yet the killer used this revolver quite well. I'm guessing whoever did it was used to shooting. Used to shooting a high-caliber weapon? Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is. I guess you're right. I know how you're feeling. It is hard to know when to stop. But anything more involved has to wait until the squad gets here.
I suppose.
I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here until I get back? Huh? Actually, we have to. Great, thanks. She left.
What do we do, Apollo? She told us to wait.
Great. How am I supposed to investigate?
Well, I guess it can't be helped. Let's go.
Huh? Go?
Time's a wasting, Apollo. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
Well, that's true, but... on second thought... why not? I'm sure everything will be fine.
Of course it will. Let's go.
Alright. The door's there!
We didn't just imagine that, did we?
He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours?
Hardly.
Whoever that was, he sure looked suspicious. I don't care about that guy. Alright. What is with it? What is with today? Problem after problem. Locked on.
You ain't kidding. It's the 2 leading members of the Gaviniers.
Gaviniers.
Gaviniers, Apollo. Klavier on vocals, and Darian on guitar. They're so cool.
I have a hard time thinking of Klavier as anything but a prosecutor, honestly.
Huh? What are they arguing about?
Over the case, I bet. My heart won't start. My guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp. To top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about?
Hey, man. Don't blame me. You were the one who missed the queue.
Mr. Q? How could I conceivably get the most important part of that song wrong? How? And what was all that teeny plane of yours?
Who you calling Tenny? Sounds like they're having a spat. One of those differences in musical direction bands are always splitting up over.
This is hardly the time. What are you two doing here? We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Sorry. Wait, you were what? Listen. You need to confirm that with the Republic of Bulgaria. Detective consent.
Right. Anything else?
What did you just call him? Detective?
Ah, greetings. What the fuck? Darian Crescend. Criminal Affairs, Division 3.
Criminal Affairs?
Apollo, you really don't know anything about the Gaviniers, do you?
The Gaviniers, dude! Something tells me that that's about to be remedied. Yeah. Fred. Yeah? Understand that I am not Prosecutor Gavin now. I am the lead vocal of the Gaviniers. That bad scene's a different song on a different stage. Right. Can only leave with by sometimes. Alright. Talk. Yes. Okay. About the crime. Which crime do you mean? The murder? What else? Oh, that. For me, today has been a hit parade of crimes, you see.
Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about his hog and his guitar case.
Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Reduce than I do. For now, at least. Huh? You were the one who found the body, huh? While you were in the middle of a performance, no less.
Aren't you gonna examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin?
I'll leave that to following detective. Won't want to step on the toes.
They're not exactly best buddies, are they? Emma and Prosecutor Gavin, I mean.
Oh, what to do next? I've already checked out the scene. Prosecutor Gavin may be right. He might be the most informed for once.
Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some lights on things we found. I don't believe you, Apollo. How can you come to this concert and not know anything about the Gaviniers?
It's not surprising. Even our ancestors knew nothing of America's existence once. I know America exists.
The Gaviniers aren't just an average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow.
Police?
The real police. By day, they pack heat, but by night, they heat up the stage. By day, those lips interrogate. By night, they sing songs of unrequited passion.
Okay.
They debuted 7 years ago with 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Then came Love with No Chance of Parole and My Boyfriend is the Prosecution's Witness. The list of hits goes on and on.
This here's my right-hand man, Darian Consent. I make the melodies, and he attacks them with the guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really.
Yeah, and this guy's a bit of a perfectionist. When a performance goes the least bit wrong, he goes into this funk, just like today.
Oh, murder would be a bit more off-putting than a ruined concert. The concert today? A disaster! I'll get to the bottom of this, and then we'll see who missed the cue.
Missed cue? They were arguing about that before.
Right. Love nothing more than questioning tormented artists.
What's this Miss Q you keep talking about?
Aha! You heard it, didn't you? From the audience.
Actually, I didn't notice anything. Say, no amateur is gonna pick up on that.
Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No! Now take a listen to this.
What's that?
A mixing board. We used to use it to record our concert tonight. Are we supposed to be investigating a murder?
Well, we've come this far. Might as well go all the way. I've always wanted to learn about the recording industry.
Alright, so listen closely. This is but one of the devices used in recordings. A 5-part band. This lets us record each member's performance separately. You use the sliders to adjust the volume to each part. Check it out!
Wow, neat. So could you say, hear only the drum part?
Of course. That's how we'll find the criminal guilty of missing his cue tonight! I'm more concerned with the other criminal. The one who kills people. You want help on the case? Then help me with mine. Yes, rock and roll comes before prosecuting. Let's begin! First, we bring up the part of the performance in question. You simply choose the section of the song you wish to hear on the uppermost bar. Like so. There it is. Now listen.
Was something wrong?
You couldn't hear it? Listen again closely.
Wow, the timing's a little off, isn't it?
You see? There! That is the most important part. And even an amateur can hear it.
An amateur with a mixing board, maybe.
You're missing the point. We never step out crime until we're perfect. Perfect!
Here he goes again.
Right. Amateur, you will prove my point. Not me! You will find the cue. He will tell us which instrument, which part is the guilty party. But how? Did I not just explain it? Move the sliders with to adjust the volume for each part. Then you will find the part that hopelessly bungles the cue with You'll find it with your untrained amateur ears.
Nothing to do but try, Apollo.
I guess. I'll admit, this looks kind of fun. Just a quick review. Use to adjust the part's volume. Jump to another section of the song with and use to switch parts, right? Got it. Once you found the guilty part, you pointed out. Time to rock! Alright. Listen closely.
Okay.
I'll play one part at a time.
Okay.
And then you'll tell me which one is the shit one.
Okay. 3.
Wait. Okay. Nope.
That one sounds like shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep, 2. 2
Just
sounds
2?
like dog shit.
Okay. Take that! His part is off. Which is that? Second guitar.
Ah!
It was you, Darian!
Oh, well. Looks like the cat's out of the bag.
As well? That's all you have to say? That kind of attitude lets killers walk free, Darian!
Here they go again.
Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. Starting to feel like we were just wasting time.
It's all experience under our belts. That can't be bad.
Mixing board! Ow, I punched you! Allows music to be played in separate tracks! I still can't get over the title for that song. Guilty Love? No, I gotta show him this thing. The keyring. I was wondering if you knew anything about this. That. Does it look familiar? Familiar! It's mine! That's my keyring. I've been looking all over for it.
What? This is yours, Mr. Gavin?
I knew it.
Apollo. How can you make that I knew it face? This is the keyring that was...
Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway. So, where did you find it? Actually, the victim was holding it. Like he was trying to keep it from the killer, like, even if it meant his life. But, what? The victim? You mean Mr. Latouche had my keys? Indeed. When will my trials be over?
Speaking of trials, I never heard Mr. Gavin whine in court like he has been today.
Emma was right about the fop, I'll give her that.
Apollo! Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today.
I don't think that's...
Tell us. And we'll keep mum about the keyring for now.
You blackmailing me, Salid. Yes. You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting?
And something about your guitar case being busted?
You're informed.
You mentioned it a few times.
Okay. It all happened this morning. It's all this keyring's fault. The keyring? It's got all my keys on it, yeah? My bike key, my car key, and the key to my guitar case.
Wait. So this keyring...
It disappeared. I thought I put it in my jacket pocket. Oscar Gavin's keyring disappeared? I had to come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. And in order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. Wait, this guitar wasn't the one that... The very one. Up in flames. And right on stage too.
I actually thought that was part of the show.
Crazy! And to top it... Ah! And top it all off, Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Nobody told me about days like these. Strange days indeed. You think? What's wrong, Trudy?
Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First, this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen. Then, a very expensive guitar flares up on stage. Then, Mr. Latouche dies!
Yes, and we're gonna find out in
The next episode.
You can watch this episode of H. Apologize, picture like, subscribe, that bell, which is
Every single day.
bye.